Hi, my name is Lakeisha Jackson, and I'm going to explain to you some of the things that involve in the process of the IEP. The IEP is first, before you get to the IEP, a parent or a teacher starts the IEP, or starts the referral to request that the child may need an IEP or other interventions, interventions to get the child to where they should be, or to start working and giving the child tools to be successful in a classroom. So after the referral is made, the right people do an evaluation, and normally the evaluation is done by the general education teacher, the special education teacher, the therapist, and the psychologist, as well as other services like speech pathology, occupational therapy, and physical therapy. So everyone that will be a part of the team or does an evaluation to see where that child is meeting compared to peers, atypical peers. So once the evaluation is done, the team comes together and set up a meeting to talk about what type of interventions that the child needs. Sometimes the child just needs just a little bit more TLC, maybe a little more attention, or a little bit more one-on-one work on, or involves working in small groups. And if that is the case, and if the child responds to that, then that will be, and then those will be all the interventions that a child may need. But sometimes the child may need a little bit further, and hence develop, and all the information, all the data that's collected gets drawn into the IEP. And with the IEP, the parent and the student is involved, if old enough, is involved in the process of their education or their special education process. The parent knows the child more than anyone, so the parent is a vital aspect in the IEP in giving the input, giving the data, giving suggestions of what may not work in this school setting. The student in this process is about the child, so the child knows the struggles of what he's facing, what he or her is facing. So the child can describe that in the midst of that, give his or her input on what may help her or him. And because after all, it is about them. So after the IEP is drawn, which establish like goals. So they set a goal on what the child needs work on. And say if the child needs work on listening to directions, and so the child, the IEP goal will say, listen to directions with no more than 3 directed like prompts. And the goals are done yearly, but at the initial meeting they will meet, they will set up another process meeting to see how the goals are working, like let's say 30 days from the initial meeting. And if the goals are working, it will continue, and if not, then a different intervention or more intervention needs to be put in place. Sometimes the child, if the other parts of the team deem is viable for that child. The child may receive speech therapy, occupation therapy, and physical therapy to aid him or her in any physical barriers or any verbal barriers that the child may have. And those services are free of cost due to their disability, and the school district pay for them, and there's no cost to the parent. The IEP also breaks down how often for the child will receive interventions, how many hours of interventions per week that the child will receive, and how the data will be measured, like how the success of the interventions will be measured. Some teachers record using a spreadsheet. Some teachers use homework and test scores to see where the child has developed or not developed in improving their skills of difficulties. So there's many ways that you could collect data to measure the I guess the promise of the intervention or the lack thereof. Okay, that is my spill in a short component on the process of the IEP. Thank you.